Fierce.
Jocky Wilson will stuff on when I mean that.
Unpredictable.
No, come on, yeah.
Absolutely fierce.
He said what he thought.
Twice I've done them, so you've got your homework to do, haven't you?
As soon as you come on, you'd watch. You'd have to watch. You want to see what was going to happen. It's a bit like Alex Higgins.
What a marvellous, marvellous match. Oh, well, Wilson refused the handshake, and that suddenly has soured the whole occasion.
He was our Alex Higgins.
I think Eric always said he was one that he was never sure about, because if Jocky turned up on his top game, he could beat anyone.
Alex could go up and knock balls all over the place and make you look like a fool, and Jocky did that on the dartboard.
He had more bottle than anybody, you know. You could leave him double free for £1 million and it wouldn't bother him. He wouldn't think nothing of it.
180! Slipped behind, but that's an extra 180.
180 machine. And he could hit him from anywhere. And with that action, he actually shouldn't have been any good.
His style was crazy, really. You just wouldn't teach anybody to play darts that way.
He would thrutch and snap.
Like that. Put all his shoulder and everything.
He'd throw a dart like I used to throw. Yeah, get in there.
And then they'd still go in.
Come on, straight in.
Jocky Wilson is back in business.
Jocky did everything wrong, and yet it all worked out pretty right.
He was kind of a lovable character, but a bit of a rogue as well.
A lovely guy, but would turn on a sixpence.
Jocky would explode for no reason at all. He used to spend most of his morning after going knocking on hotel doors saying, "Did I upset you last night?"
He was volatile, and he played darts like that as well.
And there it is. And Jocky Wilson's face says it all.
Eric, you said you don't like Jocky Wilson.
Yeah, that's an understatement, yeah.
My mate Jocky, mad as a march here.
Eric, psychologically, always got right up Jocky Wilson's kilt.
He's nothing but a pig as far as I'm concerned.
Bobby George has said that he's ugly as well. He's got a nose like a ski slope, I think Bobby said.
Yeah, I would say Concord more like it. And I wish somebody else would break it again.
England played Scotland in the World Cup, and I got to play Jocky in the final of the singles. And we're just out there, and they're introducing me first because we're in Scotland.
The crowd's building up, the tension's building up.
And he kicked me straight in the leg.
Right on the shin.
Bang.
You really hate him then?
Yeah, I really do.
And he took the skin off my leg about that far up.
Eric was hobbling around with his blood pouring out of his leg.
And I grabbed hold of him, I'm trying to hit him, these officials are pulling me away from him.
Representing England, Eric Bristow.
And he introduced Jocky Wilson on stage, and I've got to shake his hand. It's live on TV, you know what I mean?
The crowd will try to deter him, but Bristow will not be deterred. 13 darts to win.
And we had a drink afterwards, but just for that little split second. There might have been no World Cup final.
Eric used to wind up Jocky, and Jocky used to respond.
They wanted the best two dart players in the world for a special challenge match. They got me as one, but they had to put up with Jocky for the other. So don't forget to watch.
You might think he's number one, but just wait till Saturday comes, we'll show him who's number one.
When we did Edinburgh, that was pandemonium. Eric was on top in the game.
He's got the second one, he wants the ball to finish.
Oh, what a finish from Eric Bristow.
And of course, the Scots crowds were baying, as only Scottish crowds can.
Not a resourceful start.
They were then throwing cans of beer.
And this really is very disappointing.
Eric said after, couldn't have been a Scots crowd because they're full cans.
Wilson is shaking his head and apologising for his countrymen.
He was the people's champion, you know, and people loved him because he was one of them.
He'd win, he'd lose, he'd want to fight, he'd cry, he'd be drunk, he'd be sober.
I'll tell you something. Tonight, Eric, and it hurts me very much. He is number one, and I'm very disgusted with myself.
What you saw with Jocky, you actually saw the whole of his life opening up in front of you.
And there was nothing arrogant or flamboyant. You know, give Jocky 20 fags and a whiskey, and he was as happy as anybody. You know, he was a very simple human being who was just amazingly talented at darts.
To win the World Championship twice, you can't be lucky. Anyone can win it once. You can have that. To win it twice, you've proved the point.
He was actually quite quiet behind the scenes, but once he got, you know, a drink down him, that was his downfall in the end.
I mean, that's why he's drunk been drinking all night, you see.
What's that? Don't drink no.
10 seconds, Jocky. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Liked to drink
Or 10.
and found it very difficult to control it.
Jocky was an accident on legs. The more he drank, the better he got. Can understand it. And the players used to say, "Yeah, can he do that? You know, he's been backstage. He's just knocked back 12 pints of lager and half a bottle of scotch, and he's slinging it in treble 20 for fun." I remember one day he was playing in the embassy, and he said to me, "Get me a vodka and coke on the stage." So I said, "Well, no, Derby," he said, Get me a pint," he said. Do you know he drank that in that game?
In the end, he tried to beat the barman. You can't beat the barman. I mean, the barman will beat you every time. He's going to walk home, you'll fall over.
And they were earning thousands of pounds. And that was probably his undoing.
Jocky was just a normal guy. He had a hard upbringing. I was in a home and whatever else. He had a hard life.
When he retired, he was obviously not well. He went to his house and never came out. He didn't want to face anything anymore.
I don't think he liked Jocky Wilson. If somebody laughed in the corner at somebody telling a joke, Jocky would think they was talking about him.
He had laid his soul open to the nation through the television networks for years, and people had shared his moments because the vulnerability of the man was there. There was no BS.
The people put it in the papers that me and him hate each other, and... We do! No, the only time we hate each other is when we play darts against each other, because obviously you've got a clash of characters.
He didn't realise how many people did like him.
But we all miss him.
Take nothing away from Jocky Wilson. Me and him will be there for years to come. We're the best. All I can...
He burned the candle at both ends, as they say, and the middle, and the sides.
You've got to clear the hall. Have a safe journey home. Good night, and God bless every one of you. Thank you very much.